What do you want to know?
How different since yesterday?
No, I mean, we still had a good practice today. Not quite as intense as it was yesterday, but I thought it was still good. And, we start back tomorrow, and obviously we know what's at stake. I mean, we know everyone knows the coaches, players, GM, president, owner, everybody. We know what is at stake starting tomorrow. So, we'll see what happens from there. But we're playing a very good team. I think that you look at Minnesota and everybody thinks things in the past, but they've also been able to acquire a lot of talent. I mean, Beasley was the second pick, and Kevin Love is the fifth pick, and you look at all the other guys that they're running out there. They played two guys the other night. They got 54 points off their bench and had 26 in the fourth quarter. So they're a very talented team, and obviously you're talking about other than Dwight Howard, the premier rebounder in the league, and Kevin Love, and they're deep. They've got shooters that they can bring off the bench. They've got athletic guys. Beasley is a great one-on-one player, so it'll be a tremendous challenge for us. No, I wouldn't say that because we've only had two practices, and just it just gave us an opportunity to just kind of review things and go over things that we've been needing to do anyway. So I wouldn't call it a mini training camp or anything. It's just an opportunity for us to practice 2 straight days, which doesn't happen very often and hadn't happened very often this season. Just execution, same thing, defensive execution. We tried to concentrate on rebounding the basketball, not just rebounding it, but also going to the offensive boards from our standpoint. We're 30th in the league in offensive rebounding, and we've got to try to find a way to get the ball back into the basket some too.
Defensively, compared to last year versus the first half of this year, what else do your biggest difference that you've seen from this team?
I think we've been pretty consistent, in what we're doing in our screen and roll coverage and things like that. I just think the thing that have hurt us more than anything has not been our defense; it's just been the second shot. If you go back and look at the first possessions, teams are probably shooting low 40s against us. But if you give up 16 offensive rebounds and they end up putting 11 of them back in the basket, and all of a sudden you add 11, to 16 to the mix, then that's going to get your shooting percentage up. That's going to put everything up, points in the paint up, things like that. I think the two things that I think have hurt us most this year has been the offensive rebounding and obviously our turnovers, which has been converted into fast break points, and obviously that's going to make the shooting percentage goes up, and once again that counts as points in the paint also. So it's a little bit distorted when you look at some of the stats that we have, but I think we've been pretty good, pretty consistent defensively in what we've done. We just got to clean up the other part of it by completing the possession by coming up with the basketball.
This little mini break, what was the biggest benefit of it? Taking a little breath.
Well, for us, I mean, it probably just gave us a chance to just take a deep breath and know that coming back, we've got a lot of work to do. We've got a ton of work to do. We've got 32 games left to play, and you will have to win them. A big part of those if we're going to stay in the mix at all as far as the playoffs.
Was there anything now looking back that kind of occurred to you during that little break that you're going to zero in on?
No, I mean, like I said, the thing that we have to get better at is the rebounding and the managing the turnovers and then completing the defensive possession by coming up with the ball.
All righty.